There's just so much star potential on the MOUSESPORTS team that's well, so many players that can just kind of go off that it makes it a really interesting thing to watch from that sense. And we haven't actually cast a lot of MOUSESPORTS and new MOUSESPORTS, I've got to say, James. So it's always fun for us, I think. We do get to see them.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a lot more. They never go as deep as I want to see Rops go in a major. I'm just a fan of Rops in general, regardless of how he came up. PHR with off angles, playing off of his teammates on the A bomb site, and it seems that's where virtus.pro will likely win the round. 1 versus 4 for Frozen. It is doable. Pistol round. Gives him an extra chance, looking for 2. He spots the first one. Little blocking by the truck, by Optimus. But the pistol round will indeed go the way of virtus.pro.
It's a good little setup by VP. That kind of a bait setup in this A bomb site. And the thing with this map is CGs can rotate really quickly. So if you're going to do a pretty much straight out A play like that, you, as MOUSESPORTS, you got to have a couple kills if you want to make that work.
That's the standing jump throw. A lot of people do the left side, which is a crouching throw, but this one pops faster. I actually tested both of them yesterday after our game. So the crouching one kind of bounces a bit more in the middle, which I think makes it harder for the CTs to get a position behind it. So the standing one is preferable. There's no grenades here for MOUSESPORTS. Just Glocks and Deagle on Frozen. This is almost Bardolph strat, pistol round. 3 players hide monster, 2 rush A until they die, and then the 3 guys walk in to the B bomb site.
Go trades as well as they can in that position against the MP9s, and Visual get all the kills, so that's a lot of money in the bank for him. And now the Krees come out for MOUSESPORTS. Of course, they didn't get the bomb plant on the pistol round, so we didn't see them in the second round. But we will see more than the second round could ever provide. 5 in round 3. It's pretty... It's always like, you know, if you like screenshot the 5 Krees versus 4 MP9s and then 4s. It's actually kind of interesting because the MP9s have their own strengths, like big strengths. So VP do have to go aggressive. They're going towards connector with those MP9s. A lot of MP9s towards connector. 3 of them in the vicinity.
Really nice setup by VP. Just looking over the water.
Yeah, with the 1 rifle.
It's time for the MP7 to step up, boys. I'm leading the charge. I bought my whiteout skin. I'm in love again. I thought romance was dead. But the MP7 whiteout never ages. It's a boost on the on that slide, which you'll sometimes see from the likes of Elige or Liquid. Woxic waiting for a pick. This is wasting time for MOUSESPORTS though, but VP are in a brittle position in the sense that they can't really have Snatchy falling back. You will have heard the footsteps towards long. PHR with the off angle. If he was holding a deeper angle, he would see the shadows of the T's, but you can easily pop flash this position as well. And there we go, Snatchy again. He got the sound cues for free earlier on. He's going to start to rotate and run distraction just in time, or maybe not, because PHR goes down in the same time that he does. We've got transfers all over the place. Trades, rather. But the bomb is outside the B bomb site. Not sure if it was just seen as Chris J to one that got the frag.
I think this is going kind of as well as it could for VP. They had to find committed engagements in the the mid part of the rounds, and they managed to do that. The retake definitely not going to be an easy look though against the Krees. Get some more damage, take some more Krees out of the hands of the T's, and Mihu will be able to do that. Takes down 1 more as he progresses forwards. His teammates a little bit further behind. Veggie up towards heaven. Get taken down, but Mihu's doing a lot of work here. He's going to be able to pressure him off. He's not the one with the kit though, and it won't matter. Woxic is there to punish, and that will be the round for MOUSESPORTS. But VP did pretty good damage.
Yeah, I mean, if you have 4 submachine guns, they actually play that pretty well by holding off angles. I mean, obviously you don't want to all just peek long range against SGs or anything like that, but the timing was just a little off by VP, and MOUSESPORTS were able to sneak 2 kills towards that long A part of the map.
Got an AUG out for Snatchy. I feel like we're seeing a little more of those, a few more of those here and there after their nerf. Maybe feeling compelled to pick them up to try and combat the Krees. at the moment, which is a very hot topic in the game at present.
I saw the weapon usage statistics from the Star Series event that just happened, and the AUG was like, compared to the M4, was just slightly over 10% purchased compared with the M4. I feel like we're gonna see those numbers rise a little bit for sure. The AUG's not that bad since then.
It's not bad if you play like long range of an Opper or a Scoper.
I wonder how much of it's psychological when a gun gets nerfed.
Oh, it's huge.
You know, people are like, oh, it got nerfed, therefore.
Yeah, well, you saw that with the UMP. The damage fall off the UMP completely disappeared. But it still has, I think, the best armor penetration for an SMG.
Oh, really?
So we're seeing some pick it up again. But I think there's like, there's a very interesting balance. If you look at, for example, actually, we'll have to wait because we're about to see a lot of different engagements. 35 seconds on the clock, bomb's been spotted and dropped. There is a trade. Speaking of the UMP, Snack's taken out by Get Right's UMP, who's still alive for a second, for a time, but not for too much time. Again, the bomb was seen towards A, it's still down, and so are almost all the MOUSESPORTS players at present. 20 seconds remaining. What can Frozen really do? Is he going to make a play for this? He can't even, I mean, he's got to know that if he goes towards B, he has to frag at least one play before planting the bomb. Otherwise, it's simply, he's just going to die. Gets his bell rung, has no idea where it came from. And down he goes. So 3-1 to virtus.pro. They've broken the money of MOUSESPORTS, which is a chance for them to build, which is never guaranteed, but it's the best you could ask for in this situation.
VP, they're not playing as pushy as they used to play. I mean, I guess it's still early in the match, and maybe they're kind of relaxed.
Respect. It's respect.
Showing MOUSESPORTS some respect. They're not just doing the crazy, let's wide peek everything, random parts of the game. They're just pulling off angles, crossfires, and stacks, and it's been working so far.
So I was looking at the numbers of, let's say the MP9 versus the MP7 yesterday. So the MP9's got a faster move speed, a faster fire rate, but the MP7, like the running inaccuracy is a third. It's at least 1/3 better, maybe 2, than the MP9. I can't remember. So there's a good balance. There are pros and cons. It isn't necessarily clear cuts. There are other nerdy numbers which I need to look at again before I actually remember them. But I was trying to pose myself an argument as to why I might pick an MP7, especially when people are picking up the MP5. Frozen looking to do damage now. He's got 2 frags so far. Flash won't do too much. Trying to hide behind the elephants. But he will lie beside the elephants instead. Upgrades for the remaining players, and MOUSESPORTS are back on the bike.
Need to turn things around quickly before VP get too comfortable. And you'd imagine even with the stand-in, you know, if you're playing the T side, it shouldn't be too difficult to kind of insert that extra player into, you know, certain roles. Or you can simplify some of the plays out of your playbook, run some of the more simple things. So we've got lots of presence towards Monster Tunnel, so they just want to go through. That's dry. In fact, yes, straight through the molly. And then the pick will come. 2 quick kills, Get Right with the second one. And they have the B bomb site. That's not bad. Me, who can't fight really very well against the Kriegs with an M4. Very brave, very bold to try to do so. And he'll get taken out. He'll be punished. And Chris J is holding the flank. So this is very, very much under control for MOUSESPORTS. I love that they just 2 people entered in the Molotov.
It's actually a really good call by MOUSESPORTS, is that because VP was playing a lot of off angles and passives and whatnot, defaults won't work well if you can't get the picks. So instead of running with a default, let's just hit some as a team towards B or something like that. And they kind of force their way through the Molotovs, caught VP off guard, and here comes the Ninja Defuse. Oh no, please no.
There's no way.
Oh my goodness!
Oh dear.
Just throwing rounds away.
Whoops.
What the hell was that?
It's a super play right there. That's just stealing around from MOUSESPORTS.
Wow.
I didn't think he had time for that. That was disgusting.
That's a real problem. I have to see a sneaky defuse. 5-1 for virtus.pro. I can really just, it's so bizarre being somebody from Europe and California just with all the fires going on, because we have a balcony very close to our studio, I can smell just a giant bonfire of witches, California at the moment, which is just a little distracting. Just fire, burning wood, ash. Just smell it outside. It's crazy.
It's great for the lungs.
Some fires just in the hallway of our building. It just smells like there's a bonfire on the floor below or something. It's insane. It's a very common position to get right. He loves standing here when he's lurking on every side. And I always say, why don't, like I've said this to a few people, why don't you have somebody flash from the B bomb site? Somebody graffiti drop a Molotov, so he's standing in the molly and dying. But anyway, we've got exchanges across A and B. But look where the bomb is. The bomb is miles away. And Frozen's going to have to go for elimination. There's no point going back for the bomb at this point, I don't think. Because the CTs surely don't know where the bomb is. So he's going to have to just go for the fragging. They're both going to be here. But Veggie has a superior angle. And there's 6-1 from a stolen round by virtus.pro. They find themselves in a strong position score-wise. MOUSESPORTS have the money to buy.
But
they may have to refocus.
It'd be a good time to call a timeout. You're down 1-6. You lost some rounds you probably shouldn't have, obviously. You need to reset the team mentally, not just strat-wise. Got to shake up Woxic a little bit, you know? Like, wake up, come on.
At least with the economy as it is for MOUSESPORTS, they're not as punished as hard by that ninja, but it's still a rough one, isn't it? Great flick from Snatchy. He's going to be hitting those all day, and Get Right will try to make the entry from the monster tunnel. It's not going to be a welcome visitor. That HE grenade doing huge amounts of damage. Veggie doesn't have to do anything here but hide, and he drops a defensive smoke, and that just shuts down this potential push. And there's no play to be had towards the A side of the map either, as Snatchy holds that one down with the AWP. So MOUSESPORTS, it's just desperation. They're forced to go towards B here. There's no other choice.
Maybe they've been inspired by a mix with these surges into the B bomb site. Get Right found an opening. He's got some information, but it has cost him and his team a lot. They know there's a player on the balcony. The scope can be hurting me. He won't peek. Max is close enough to get that information. The longer this goes on, the more CTs they will be surrounded by, the worse their situation gets. Woxic will not be given anything. Still not peeking from the balcony. Short B, such a problem, but they've got the time to try and eliminate some more plays. They've got no utility to force them from their angles, though. You see the creep behind the sandbags. Woxic really just waiting to be served something, but they know not to peek. A nuisance grenade. Woxic goes around the side, spotted by the sandbags, going for the flick seam, looking towards the balcony again. 30 seconds, he finally peeks, and Frozen will punish him through the smoke, straight in the face of PHR. 1v1. He has no idea where Snatchy is now. He wasn't showing throughout any of that. No sound cues. 20 seconds, and he'll go for a filler plant or fake it. Try to get some information. Convince Snatchy's coming in from the back. 12 seconds now to plant the bomb. Covering from the balcony. Really not sure where to look. Snatchy with the steps. Frozen will be able to go nowhere. Quick scour for grenades and utility, but money is required. And it's 7-1 for virtus.pro.
Those kills by Snatchy, and again, VP shows how dangerous they can be when they do get kind of loose and start peeking, and you know you're up these many rounds, 6-1 at the start of this round. It allows you to be a little, I guess, more peaky, little scrimmy, where you can just walk around, peek, take some shots, get some kills, and really just outmaneuvering MOUSESPORTS in all these rounds.
So now VP in such a good position. Got to be feeling really confident, and MOUSESPORTS, they've been struggling to run a default while Snatchy has an AWP. He's struggling for that bathroom control that they've been looking for. It's a heavy presence towards sewers. Things are much slower again towards the playground side of the map. Just really, Woxic's trying to check out if there's going to be an aggression. Swoop past the bomb, grab that, and make his way towards B to help the rest of the team. And I'll go for that push into the B-bomb sites. Carrigan just walking in, though. So it is just 1 by 1 here for MOUSESPORTS. Finally, they'll get a response going, though, and I think their attack has been made. It's pretty telegraphed at this point. 4 rotations in from VP.
Two poles waiting in the waters. Chris J will lose his duel to Snatchy. Very strong position to Snatchy, doesn't miss often. Only needs that one opportunity. Snatchy trying to find the angle, but Frozen will do so. And that's a 2 versus 2. It's made winnable. It was looking really bad for MOUSESPORTS, but now that they've planted the bomb and even the numbers, things can happen. Frozen, will he focus on the short B position? No, he seems to be looking towards the short B tunnel, or I'm not sure. Woxic is on the way, so maybe it was Connector. And where is Woxic? It's not the greatest of plants. We've got the meat shield somewhat. 1 second, he shoots the pillar. Can't find the right angle in the smoke, but he will make it expensive towards the end. But still, it's 8-1 for virtus.pro. They are planting the bomb, MOUSESPORTS, but they are not winning rounds.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of different worlds that exist where if you have this match play out, MOUSESPORTS have at least 3 or 4 rounds by now. Lots of marginal situations. The Ninja certainly did not help. As I believe as well, VP's economy wasn't... I mean, it's never really been fully secured. I mean, look at it now. You know, they've won so many rounds in a row, but they're losing players all the time. So they're on that that threshold of losing one and having to save. Maybe that'll be the case here. We'll have to find out shortly as we see MOUSESPORTS once again going towards B. Just keep going towards B. It's working so far in terms of marginal situations. And they have very limited utility, but they'll get the bomb plant quickly, and that should help them out enormously.
Retake territory. We've got a number of incendiaries. Those will be some grenades lost, though, from Snacks. Woxic had the angle. 5v5 retake of the B bomb site. And virtus.pro may think that the war of attrition is too great a prospect for them on the B bomb site on this occasion. So MOUSESPORTS will finally double their score, it seems.
It's actually a smart call by MOUSESPORTS to hit B again because you've been stuffed the last couple times hitting B. So as an IGL, you probably think, okay, they're probably going to hit A this round. You saw VP stack towards A because of how many times they failed it at hitting B. But MOUSESPORTS like, you know what? Let's keep going. Let's hit that third level kind of thinking. Hit B again. And luckily they guessed right.
It's mental prowess from Carrigan, showing his strength. Really want to see some results from this team in the next year.
It's a long time.
Yeah, I want to see them go. I want to see them go deep in a major. So many players, like there's so many stories just from different individuals. For Woxic, for Carrigan, for Chris J, for Frozen being so young, for Robs who has had a number of chances and hasn't gone as deep as you would have liked to have seen with MOUSESPORTS. Woxic there with a nice flick as Snacks tries to make his way towards Monster. Will they expect a second player there? Well, they will now because they see the trajectory of the grenade. That's not an easy shot to land from Snatchy. And he knows he's forced the other players to fall back. Has some great presence towards A while MOUSESPORTS focus on B.
Now back to B indeed, as you mentioned, and it's been very successful for MOUSESPORTS despite the low amount of rounds they've had. They always get so much damage when they attack this bomb site at the very least. Lots of bomb plants as well. Make their way forwards. Mihi with the double there with the help of Veggie, but now he's alone. He's gonna swing past the pillar to find another one. And he's doing great work here. It's no response to these frags. And Woxic is alone with low HP and the money not perfect. He's got some decent cash, but don't want to throw away an AWP, I suppose, if you don't need to.
Oh, he's going for this. There's so much time on the clock. He's just resetting a little. How long does he hold barrels for? You never know if somebody's got an off angle there. He knows his angles really well. He's got to use the pillar to the best of his ability for cover. He's seen the helmet, but he can't go too deep. He'll expose himself to graffiti. The flash is there. PHR must know. There's the cap. And there's the smash. Into Snatchy. It'll be number 9 for virtus.pro. With Mirage as the second map, this is a monstrous start from the poles. This was a nice flick from Woxic. Clean frag, not even a wallbang or anything. Fast.
It's funny, it's like, what was Snacks kind of doing in that scenario? Was he AFK for, the first 10 seconds of the round?
That's a good question.
It's so funny.
Both teams on the buy once again. MOUSESPORTS will sure feel frustrated with the scoreline. I think they'll feel like they could be a lot better, but anyway. Fast movement towards the A-bomb site. Snatchy missing a flick, holding his ground though. Does he have support inside the toilets? I'm not sure if he does, but maybe he doesn't need it. That was a close one, but Frozen was ready. Miku has to cap in the smoke. I
Ooh.
think that was terrifying for him. But he will land a kill. Might have got some sound cues towards Divider. Chris J keeping long honest in the meantime. But look at the swing from virtus.pro. Great teamwork. They both ring the bell. That leaves only 2 MOUSESPORTS players left.
That's nasty. I think if it's just a 1v1, Chris J probably wins the battle. He was so prepared for it. Wasn't prepared for 2 though. This is a real rough one. Gero will do what he can. Trying to create some space here on this A bomb site. Woxic on an AK as well. It's going to be very tough. Gero not seeing PHR. PHR will see him. Doesn't really seem like there's all much that can be done, and indeed 10-2 is the scoreline. VP just success after success. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more B rushes from MOUSESPORTS at this rate.
You have to hand it to VP. They look a lot better this week than they did last week on their CT side in terms of just playing as a team, peeking together, not over peeking, knowing when to play passive, and playing off each other really well in those 2-on-2, 3-on-3 situations.
Yeah, they're putting in work. We have seen we've seen a few rumors from New York. We saw some rumors saying that they wanted to pick up an international team, and then rumors saying that they want to pick up Avantgarde.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
So maybe these things are, you know, that's the fire under virtus.pro to make them work harder. Not to say they weren't, they were improving, but this is not a score we were expecting. And that's a really nice grenade. It's a promising start, but how will they finish? MOUSESPORTS moving through the monster tunnel with 3. Still harassing short B as well. But it's a 5-on-5 on the B bomb site, pretty much. Got some rotations for Reconnector as well. Back and forth in terms of the frag. Snack's trying to hold things down from the water, and Woxic is left in a 1v3, which isn't going to go his way. And once again, virtus.pro have put another round in the bag.
Okay, well, it's going to be hard to recover. I mean, it is definitely recoverable, though, if you're a team like MOUSESPORTS, but I don't know, it just feels like their T-sides have been somewhat uninspired. We've had some good results from VP, but it doesn't feel like they're doing anything crazy. You know, they're pretty normal setups in bathrooms. You know, haven't seen anything out of the ordinary from VP CT sides to say, oh, this is the reason why they're dominating MOUSESPORTS. And we've had a lot of marginal situations. Again, that Ninja was it's hugely impactful. It wouldn't surprise me if that makes it to play of the game at the end of the series, but so much play left to be had. And, the Krieg will be boosted over towards the barrels, or at least the barrels position will be visible, as will a couple other positions. We'll see if any kills can be had from this. Maybe just a little bit too slow there, but Carrigan isn't.
Again, the strength of this position is that you can jump on a standing player, so you don't have to jump and expose yourself over the wall, as you normally do with a boost. So you can catch people off guard. There we go. Snacks caught by the pillar once again, also by Woxic once again. However, how many rounds has it led to? Only 2 so far. Veggie having a look. He sees Chris J with the bomb lurking outside the B bomb site. In the meantime, Carrigan's going to get caught off by the tree. That's a lot of information very quickly for virtus.pro, but they are still a man down. 40 seconds left. Snatchy creeping towards B. Of course, the bomb was spotted. That's a long rotation for Chris J. So it is very likely he heads towards B.
Snatchy doing what he does, connecting those AWP shots. Especially by the water will be spotted by the Deagle. Good stuff there, and speaking of swing around, oh, not bad at all. Snatchy versus Frozen now. Again, these multi-kills have really been a problem for MOUSESPORTS. Time also an issue. Frozen is forced to plant the bomb here. He's going to go for the fake, and oh, he's going back out for it. That was almost a disaster.
That's been heartbreaking.
That was almost a huge problem.
Like MOUSESPORTS, everything's not going their way, and that round did not land in their favor. I don't know. I'd say this map be over by now, but MOUSESPORTS 3-11. I'm surprised they haven't called many timeouts or even any at all on their T side. I mean, even though this sometimes can be a CT-sided map, you still want to try to maximize your T chances. You know, at least get 5 rounds if possible.
Last round of the first half. 2 deep on long for VP. That's quite the HE from Frozen. But it's even better from Snatchy's point of view. Snacks, can he get two? He can, absolutely. Awkward angles for MOUSESPORTS, and they are being dismantled in the last round. Get right on Woxic versus 4. Really hard to turn things around from this spot. There's so much you can't cover. Give one cue away of where you are. The CTs can take really aggressive positions everywhere else, angles you'd never expect, and can't really have a consideration for. You've got 1 minute to make it from T ramp all the way to one of the bomb sites. That is a really, really bad situation. We can see the off angle that Snatchy is holding. Going from long to party. So a quarter of their time, they've made it from T ramp to playground. Such is the nature of the situation. They're never going to have enough time to clear a bomb site and plant the bomb without having a lot of trouble. Half the time left is gone, and they're making it to long toilets.
Timing might work out here because Snatchy just turned around. That's unfortunate. If they were to take down Snatchy, maybe they can make a run at the bomb site, but that's going to be it for this half. 12-3, a monstrous scoreline in favor of the Polish side of virtus.pro. We'll see if MOUSESPORTS can make a comeback after the break.
Up your game. 128-tick servers for the smoothest, most responsive gaming experience ever. Ensure you game seamlessly with our state-of-the-art FACEIT anti-cheat. Track your progress with advanced stats within your community, country, or region. This is the true ranked experience. Sign up now at faceit.com.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Twelve to 3 is how virtus.pro will start the T side of Overpass. 3 to 12 is how MOUSESPORTS will lament what has passed. But what can they do about their future? The odds have changed dramatically. virtus.pro looked like a shoe-in for this map, but MOUSESPORTS might have something to say about that. Frozen falling back, maybe to play the numbers game with his teammates. Got a P2000 out, a rare occurrence. Is that so close to the second headshot? He will get the frag eventually. Support flash from Karrigan, who follows up now with the third frag.
Yeah, it's going to be a real tough one for MOUSESPORTS, but I feel like the comeback is absolutely possible, and it's looking like a good start on the second half. Karrigan just biding his time now. His teammates are rotating, beginning to have a containment effect as the flank comes through from Woxic. He's being patient as Veggie gets, I think, down to 2 HP, and Woxic will finish him off. So MOUSESPORTS pick up the very important pistol, and just as virtus.pro did, MOUSESPORTS will deny a bomb plant, which means no Krieg buy on round 2, which is quite the comfort.
Kriegs are OP, man. But is VP, are they going to force buy? No.
Let's bring in the dynamic economy again.
Everyone
Remember
was
that?
Kriegs.
Every other
oh,
week, all
yeah.
the prices were changing.
Yeah, that was it only in Source, I think. That was pretty ridiculous. Like the Ops and like Deagle. A Deagle was like 16k or something like that. Or something outrageous, 10k.
This weapon is popular, therefore let's make it absurdly expensive.
Yeah, so stupid. Oh my days.
Virtus Pro, the usual stuff. They'll take it slow, look to make MOUSESPORTS spend as much as possible, take them through the gift shop before exiting round number 17. Pushing for info. Is there a setup towards long? Can we bait some grenades? Frozen has seen, I think, 2 players, and the HE is glorious once again. His T-side and CT side HEs have been pretty damn good. Towards that long position, definitely want to try and find it later on. But they don't only lose 1 player.
He didn't get the single kill, that's it. That's so, it doesn't feel fair, does it?
His HE grade from playground to long, I don't know what round it was, but
It was towards like the end.
it was really solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we see the utility damage?
The UD,
Yeah, let's go Frozen.
155.
What an absolute god.
Although, who was it with 214 on Virtus Pro? Veggie?
So wait, why is it
Honorable
carrying on
mention.
from last half, but not all the stats? Because I don't think that they got 0 in the whole half, right?
Or
That
maybe
can't
they
be
did.
right.
Why not?
Because they're
There's
professional
HEs.
players. They'd have at least like
Yeah, but they're not using
some.
wall hacks. They have the right idea, but the wrong time. Frozen led to 12 HP, and he pulls away. Virtus Pro's turn to harass the B bomb site, it seems.
That boost is definitely a lot better in pugs, where you don't have like an entire team of like a collective consciousness, higher consciousness ready for everything.
Peek that, flash that.
And they're like splitting on the position, ready to spam, ready to frag. And VP will spread out towards the A side of the map now. So VP already looking like they have way more freedom, way more run at the map than MOUSESPORTS did on their T side. Everything felt like more constricted for MOUSESPORTS on their T side. But maybe they can just defend on the bomb side. So a quick flash for Divider, and Carrigan will peek, see very limited information, which is quite worrying because that's an opportunity now not to get the frags that he was looking for, and a whiff on the first couple of bullets will be the end of him. UMP's only good for the 1, and they are trading forward in forward positions here. They need to hold this bomb site. 2 more players on the site, which is good for MOUSESPORTS, but they are going to struggle here.
2v3, Frozen on 12 HP, this could really turn around. He's in a very common position. He will see the shadows if they jerk, and I'm sure Snacks will because he's so low. That makes it 1v1, and Christian has all the information he needs to play off of it. An expensive round for MOUSESPORTS,
Nice.
but they are successful.
I like what MOUSESPORTS kind of did that round. They had 4 people towards A, but they pushed up Kerrigan and Get Right into a spot to get info and to try to get as many kills as possible, while 2 MOUSESPORTS players are just hiding in the site. So the idea is, if they die, a VP might feel like, oh, the site could be kind of clear. Let's kind of hurry it up a little bit into a trap. It's a risky play, but it worked out because
I love those plays.
you got to do them.
Yeah.
Those kind of plays, the baits it up when 2 people are playing one position but only one's showing. They are round winning and match winning plays.
It's good too because they had some SMGs and so on which would have found trouble getting the value in other situations other than aggressive, close engagements. So it works out. But I feel like we can't take anything, any round for granted. Steagle's out here and looking to get some damage in. Frozen very weak, just backpedaling as much as he can. He gets 2 out of it. And looks like the flow of players will be controlled due to the utility usage as well as the positions of MOUSESPORTS looking good. Mihu's set up though, can't hit that
Ooh.
one. Nice swing from Carrigan.
I don't know if he got robbed. That one looked on, but I guess he wasn't fast enough. Snatchy now is the only one left. Spotted on the outside, that's pretty good. Tagging Carrigan as well. He has time on the clock, he can do this. Not likely, but he can definitely do some more damage. The problem is the weapons are so far away. He is carrying the bomb, and he has to prioritize that. However, Chris J's on the flank, and it's going to be a free frag for him, surely. Or is it? Oh, he has the information. But with Snatchy Herd in connector, Get Right can take whatever angle he wants. So surely he will take something weird, which won't be expected. Chris J on the flank now. Get Right is ready for the ting. And that's 4 rounds in a row for MOUSESPORTS. It's been a CT-dominated game of overpass so far. And now it means it's MOUSESPORTS' turn to enjoy the spoils.
It's so comical, like the fake attempt when we see that there's a guy literally next to the door. It's just like, it's like, yeah, that ain't working. The idea is nice though. Nice idea. Nice idea.
Even though MOUSESPORTS won the round, it was a pretty costly round for them. And VP only had just pretty much deagles, and that's it. And getting all those kills really just put a dent in their economy. Oh, Roxix barely missing that shot towards playground.
Yeah, that's a nasty whiff. He's been hitting all the shots too. Carrigan going very aggressive towards Monster. I'm surprised that there was no flashbang from Chris J or something. Chris J is sitting on 2 flashes and he's in a supporting position. So I'm very surprised that that was just a dry peek in a commonly held angle against Creeks.
Other trades here for Get Right. He needs another one. There it is. That's the bomb. That's all the info as far as the objective is concerned. But where are the remaining players after the initial push? Things slowed down. Maybe people throwing the flashbangs are now to make their way in. 2 versus 2. 1 minute on the clock again. There is a chance here. It's 50-50 almost. Perhaps there's a slight advantage for MOUSESPORTS, knowing where the T's have to go because of the bomb. But Get Right's alone. You can see he's taken a very passive position, as he does not want them to play the numbers. A tight angle, so worst case, it's a 1v1, and Frozen will start to make his way in. He needs to try and get towards short quietly without making too much noise. Get Right picks the right timing, just lurking around at the back, making things worse for Mihu. About to throw a molly. Is he about to get deep from a short position? Looks like it. Frozen will not deny the bomb plot, but he will win the round. 2 plays alive for MOUSESPORTS, and again, it's consecutive rounds.
I think so. This is really a really cool way that Get Right played that position, because he knew the bomb was down and he decides to fall all the way back, which is really cool because we have that flank coming in from Frozen, and I think a lot of teams would not necessarily bother with that flank. They'd maybe try to just play with Get Right. So you see Frozen going to Heaven or something, or Graffiti just trying to support him, but instead it's like the long lurk. I think that was the smartest play. It's just very cool to see that that's how it turned out.
Yeah, very smart play indeed. You got the bomb down 2-on-2, work with the teammates. They know you're in the area, don't force the kills.
Woxic has held W for a long time in this round. He finds himself by the boulder. And Mihu is going to be the one man towards 8, so he just has to make sure there's no flank. He needs to do some lurking. Big focus from virtus.pro towards the B bomb site. You can see MOUSESPORTS at the back of the B bomb site. Chris Chase spotting some players on the site, but again, there's only so much they can do right now. Only 2 of the 5 players there, so they've got to wait for reinforcements. They've got to wait for backup.
Trying to do what he can here. Just has to hold on to this position. He's got lots of teammates, lots of utility to get back in. Good, strong angle from Mihu. I don't know that. Oh, actually looking away for a moment, even still able to turn back in time to win that battle towards Connector. And all the trades come in as the CTs try to spill forwards onto the plant. And Snacks is there defending it. And the flash has come through. Does absolutely nothing to Snacks. And it's going to be very difficult to time. I don't think there's enough time now for the CTs to defuse this one. Too much damage has been done. And first round for VP. They make it extremely costly, as have many of the rounds been for MOUSESPORTS, and their economy is actually broken already.
Yeah, they might have to eco, which is rough when virtus.pro are only 3 rounds away now from the first map. But that's a credit to virtus.pro for their efforts in the first half, because that's only the first round. They've won in a second. And look at the opportunities they've given themselves. It puts MOUSESPORTS into a forced buy situation. 1 rifle, 1 SMG, the rest on pistols. Get Right's had a few UMPs in this game so far. One of the players who's still using it, we mentioned it earlier, but maybe it's time to mention it later. But Frozen in a very, very forward play. Maybe it's meant to run distraction. Woxic looking towards the fountain, but Frozen had that angle, so maybe he was trying to avoid a flashbang. Frozen just lurking. Now he's got so many sound cues, but he can't settle on just the one kill. He needs more than that. PHR taken out. There's a second one, but that's the rifle lost. It's the UMP and 2 pistols remaining. Karrigan has an angle. There's the shadow advantage, but he can't quite finish off Mihu. That would have been a bomb. That would have been a rifle. There's no one else towards long, but he lost his duel.
Yeah, that's a close one. If you don't get that kill in the first almost 3 to 4 bullets with the CZ, it starts to, the recall is very hard to get back on track. Very unfortunate for Karrigan. So it's going to be a tough one to recover. You feel like Frozen really did as much as he possibly could have in that situation. And they're going to move forwards with the guns. And look how VP are just, they're using the time, they're just holding position. They know that MOUSESPORTS have 2 options. They either try to recover the guns and save, or they try to go for the kills here. And so they're, in both cases, going to be walking forwards into VP, and they move as a unit. Nice pick up from Get Right, but he will not spot the second player. And that's going to be another round for VP. MOUSESPORTS in a position where they have to keep force buying here. That's really all they can do.
Pretty much at 14. I like the play though. Like, this is a pretty cool spot. You have the only gun in the team, pretty much rifle, and you sneak right in behind their defense. It's unfortunate that he couldn't set up his teammates with maybe an extra kill before he got those 2 kills. I know it's, you know, it's like hindsight always. You know, you kind of see what happens, but if you're in that spot, you try to want to feed your teammates kills first before you make the move, if possible.
I feel like if Karrigan has an MP9 or a Deagle or something, I feel like he probably gets that kill. He had the shadow warning and everything. I think this is that it's like sometimes it's just difficult. If you don't get that headshot quickly, it's very hard. So very close situation. I feel like that's the best description of this game. Mouse also had so many rounds where they were, you know, on a knife's edge, and unfortunately they were not the ones to come out on top pretty much almost every time. Honestly, the buy doesn't look too horrendous. It could be worse.
It's better than last buy.
Yeah.
They've got 2 SMGs this time with the one rifle. So it's actually improved, believe it or not. virtus.pro will start slow. They know that MOUSESPORTS need to make some kind of play. So I'm not sure if that HE in the first half from Frozen was for a position like Woxic or for the barrel. Mickey being real careful. He's got a swing with him as well now. But Veggie's hesitating. He's got the bomb. He's holding on. This is why he's hesitating, because now we've got 3 players, even 4 to deal with it. And Woxic doesn't get too much information there. He knows he got shot in the back, but doesn't see how many players are towards long. What is the reaction from MOUSESPORTS? There's a minute on the clock. They've all got shallow positions now. There's a forward play. Looks like Frozen and Karrigan will pair up and move through. They've got to make a forward play. They can't just sit and allow things to happen. It's a long rotation for virtus.pro towards the B bomb site.
Ooh, the timing of that smoke.
That's so timed.
Beautiful for Get Right. Oh, he's unfortunate to get anything out of it. That's something. A headshot delivered by Karrigan with Snatchy on 1 HP. Now maybe there's a chance of desperation to get the bomb plant. Oh, they're all getting tagged so low, and finally the bomb will go down. That's the round guaranteed. Snatchy on 1 HP trying to escape. He may escape. He may just well escape. But VP picked up a couple guns. They're back in it.
It was so close.
That headshot, that is stunning. And that sends another player forced onto the bomb site for basically he's teed up to get another kill, Karrigan, or he's teed himself up to get another kill.
It's unfortunate that VP botched that Molotov and Catwalk. Could have even saved them the round. MOUSESPORTS, Shirley Smalley just came back. Little ray of hope in their game.
Yeah, this is a serious opportunity now for MOUSESPORTS. 5 rounds away, but again, this has been CT dominance for both teams. timely smoke in that last round. All that was left after that was a flashbang. So the timing was impeccable. Great individual efforts as well from the likes of Mouse. For virtus.pro, they've got Snatchy with the Hero AK-47. Again, in a situation like this, the pistoling players, they need to stay alive to pick up rifles, to swarm, to swing, get information for the AK to act upon. So you can't be running around going down cheaply, as their lives are very valuable. Some kind of weird thing on that APC, allowing Woxic to kind of dribble down the side of it. Quantum plays making their way towards the site now. They're close. They will try to swing, but of course they are at significant disadvantage. Chris Chase has fallen as well. They've got a 2 versus 2 here versus Pro. Woxic now with 3 HP, and Snacks is on the B bomb site. He has been engaging, so they might have an idea of this. He's collected an AK for his troubles. Oh, was he the Hero AK? Anyway, 1 versus 2, 20 seconds on the A bomb site. Definitely worth trying to do some damage here. He's got more than most of his teammates, but there will be no more damage. An AK collected, and MOUSESPORTS have made it to double figures.
Woxic ace, saving his team right there. Looking at the start, but then VP got 3 kills right after Woxic's first 2 kills. And even though MOUSESPORTS won the round again, money low. Very low utility on Chris. The rifles. Missing from Kerrigan at least.
Mag 7. The epitome of desperation. Or I should say it epitomizes desperation. Frozen going for an aggressive play, catches a headshot straight away, trade through from Snacks, and here is a committed play from Chris J. He's going to go down, unfortunately, for MOUSESPORTS, but it's a 3v3. They got the information, and Snacks is barely standing on that 1 HP of his. So it's not looking too bad here for MOUSESPORTS, all things considered. And look at the real estate this information has allowed MOUSESPORTS to attain. They've pushed into sewers with 2 players. They've got a lot of space to work with.
Do they keep one towards A? Seems to abandon the short B position. Maybe not wanting to get pinched. virtus.pro are on the way. Kerrigan wants to get a better position to play closely from. Woxic has a smoke, but it'll be of no use with him so deep towards long. Kerrigan just jiggling, being spotted now. There's a molly. Is there time to get the shotgun to work? Yes. Has the bomb at his feet. The flashbang won't be so useful because they're stuck in a very horrible position. Switch out pistol? I don't know what he just picked up there.
I think he thought there was a rifle there.
Okay, well, PHR now edging through the smoke. Can't get second shot off, but Get Right is here to clean up. Snacks with 1 HP now. From Snatchy to Snacks, 1 HP, Jesus, but he's not going to get too far. MOUSESPORTS 3 rounds away. Only 3 T rounds, 1 in the first half, and so far there have been 2 in the second. It has been a drought.
Yeah, I wondered how this would turn out, especially because, you know, we haven't really seen too much in terms of performances outside of, you know, some moments for Frozen, some moments for Woxic, like really big one, individual displays. And MOUSESPORTS is a team with, you know, a star-studded team. So it's gonna be interesting to see now if you know as we get the ecos, although it is the Eagles, if we'll get MOUSESPORTS kind of lighting up the scoreboard a little bit more. It's I've got to say, it's very interesting that Kerrigan keeps going for the Mag 7. It's working out really well for him. That was violent. That looks juicy. And well,
Watermelon.
Can't argue with results. Kerrigan now investigating towards this beautiful flash. Flying Mag 7 will pick up another kill. Kerrigan is doing an excellent job with that Mag 7. It will eventually be taken down, but he's done more than his fair share.
Yep, they know where one of the last 2 players is.
Has Woxic changed his sense? It looks a little bit less mental.
Don't know. The bomb has not been spotted, which is in the hands of Mihu, so it'll still be likely 2 towards A and 2 towards B for MOUSESPORTS. Woxic, he's just walking around actually the front of the A bomb site, and the remainder are focused on B. Mihu's gone, the bomb is gone, and so is Snatchy. MOUSESPORTS now just 2 rounds away. It was looking horrible for them on the in the first half, but they have done to virtus.pro as was done to them, and now they find themselves just 2 rounds away. But now that they've really closed things, perhaps this is the another 5 for virtus.pro for them to light things up and close things out.
I'd like to see VP work the bathrooms a little bit more to kind of prevent MOUSESPORTS from playing little people towards the A-bomb site. If you play a person towards bathrooms, it kind of forces the CTs to play super passive if you do a good job of pushing them back. And then that's when you can maybe work to connect and maybe fall back to B after that point.
Yeah, I try and tell my guys that. They just never listen. Snatchy. When you see someone, you just expect him to frag. Chris J's fast enough to trade. 2 Kriegs, 2 AKs for virtus.pro. MOUSESPORTS were deep towards long, but they started to fall back. Repositioning for whatever they expect. See virtus.pro now, they've got no map control towards A whatsoever. And it seems they will want to show some presence there, although they've only got 1 minute to do this. They've got 2 players outside the B bomb site, 1 short B, 1 outside Monster. So they're going to be spread a little thin. Carrigan, he's fragging out today. 16 kills for him at the moment. There's the lurker short B gone. Now, the bomb still has security. Protect the VIP and all that. Creeping towards the A bomb site. So with 44 seconds left. Okay, PHR's bringing the bomb towards B, it seems. B's going the long way so as not to give the sound cue of opening the door. This is wasting a lot of time. But it seemed unclear as to what virtus.pro wanted to do. I thought maybe these two would go towards A and he would make a play towards B, but he will make a play into short B where his teammate fell. 24 seconds. And MOUSESPORTS don't have the info. 2 players towards the B bomb site. Smoke up on the balcony and Carrigan has to rotate.
Frozen with lots to do here. Trying to double peek him. Actually, not only a single peek, and he's going to take a single point of damage. He certainly takes some damage there, but he gives a headshot, or delivers a headshot to Mihu. Unfortunately for Woxic, though, on the AWP, and he can't get out of there in time. VP pick up a very important round, moving on to that point. 15 to 12. And from the research I just did, if the update's correct, Woxic has indeed a slower sense than he used to. Ooh. Although it's still extremely fast, but it is much less fast than it was. So that's,
okay, would you like to detail what the change? What was it?
So,
what is it?
So I think before.
Can't tell half the story, Dan.
Yeah, so I think before he was around like 10 or 11 centimeters for a 360, and now he's like around 17. So he's 1600 DPI, 1.5 cents now, which is slower than he used to be.
Slower and slower.
So he's still double my send, and I raised my sends by half.
Yeah. And he's no longer double mine. So yeah, it's really interesting. Because I mean, you can see that because before when he would AWP, it was always very strange because he would like insta snap to people, and it looked almost kind of a little bit jerky. But now it looks a bit more normal in terms of a bit smoother. Everything's a bit more consistent and uniform, and some of his snaps with the rifles as well have looked a bit better. Maybe that was one of the reasons he changed it, I'm not sure.
Well, there are 3 rounds now for MOUSESPORTS, and they must take all of them. Carrigan's on the Mag 7 once again. It's nice to see Carrigan with some heavy output. No pun intended, as it is a heavy class weapon.
It reminds me of Zeus when he was standing for Immortals so long ago. Mag 7 for days. Oh my god, he's
he
making
deserves
it
a
look
headshot.
good. He's gotten some good value out of it so far. So
look at the instant response of that from MOUSESPORTS. He took out a player in connector and he got peeked from short B. MOUSESPORTS instantly put 3 people in the B bomb site, boosting towards connector, but they will be too slow to see them by the door. And Woxic is on the site having a look. That's a clean shot from Woxic. Normally the second flower bed around the left corner there is where you might find a sniper looking for players coming up divider or connector. But Woxic will press forward now. Veggie is waiting for a peek, however, but he just, I don't know what he had in his hand, but he just pulled his gun back out again, and maybe that's just a horrible timing which allows Woxic to get that kill.
looking for more as well, going even deeper. He's done a lot of work here for MOUSESPORTS in terms of clearing position and getting an idea as to what's going on. And now he's just holding this angle with the smoke cover, and every single reaction seems perfect except for that whiff from Woxic. And that's the AWP now down on the ground. 20 seconds for PHR to find a plant. And they don't even really have to peek him. They want to play it
They can't afford to
ultra
peek
safe.
him. Yeah.
They don't have to do it. And Joel likely saved the AWP here. There it is.
And I think MOUSESPORTS will try to do the same as they move forward in the toilets. Chris Jace rescued AWP, and they're going to hunt, but again, I think they need to prioritize their own money. And AWP can be very dangerous though, so maybe that's an increased gamble for them. In the hands of Snatchy, that could win a round for virtus.pro. Two more tests to come for MOUSESPORTS.
So we're seeing VP kind of falling apart here towards the end. A lot of individual peeking, and they're spacing between each other very poorly. Like every time Woxic has a kill, there's no exchanges. There's no one even in the area to even help out. And so he's getting his free picks. His free picks all day from Woxic.
This is still a dangerous round though for MOUSESPORTS. Make no assumptions. This is every round is winnable, especially when you've got Snatchy on an AWP, regardless of what the remainder of the team have. Veggie holding a pixel angle in connector, keeping an eye on things. Woxic allowed to roam around the toilets. It's so nice as a sniper to make those kind of plays, especially when most of your team are in the B bomb site. So many corners to wriggle around. It's virtus.pro's time for the no warning move into the B bomb site. Snatchy has a good angle. Boosted it back on the site. Ooh, flashbang. I like that flashbang, just in case. It actually helps them set up exactly what they want to. Playing it passive, but against Snatchy with an AWP is going to be a huge problem. That's not a weapon they can retrieve, but how do they even get angles to retake this?
Guerrero forces his way forwards, looking for the first player, but there is one in the woods that can punish him, and he doesn't look. And that's a problem. It's a really big problem, because his forward spacing, his forward positioning was needed for MOUSESPORTS to more easily take this bomb site, and they are going down one by one, and it's just Snatchy with an AWP to begin with, really doing all the work. Now Woxic looking to save the day. Oh, that looks completely on, but it's not going to be good enough. 16-13, VP will take over.